Hello to you all. This is a message for the people of Angus. We want as many people as possible to see this video, so please share it with as many people as you can. My name is Mark Guild and I'm here to speak to you on behalf of Working With You in Angus, a company I've set up to ensure our local councillors are fully informed and so enable them to provide best value. We want Angus Council to work with us and make the best decisions for the people of Angus. So I'm appealing to you today because I need your help. I'm watching Angus Council waste millions of pounds of public money, that's your money, and believe this is unacceptable. It's simply not good enough and has to stop. I've tried many times to fully inform Angus Council, both the officers, that's the employees, and elected members, that's your local councillors, but they refuse to listen. As it's your public money they're spending, it's time now to ensure you're fully informed to find out if you're happy both with the way Angus Council spend your money and run Angus Council on your behalf. So, how should Angus Council work? Well, it should be very simple. Angus Council should be run by your local councillors, that's the elected members, who we elect to run the council and make the correct decisions on our behalf. The day-to-day work is carried out by Angus Council employees, that's the officers, who make recommendations to the local councillors on which is the best decision to make. All very simple, you would think. Surely between the Angus Council officers, of which there are many, and the elected members, of which there are 28, together they should get it right and do a good job for us all, the people of Angus. Let's see what you think. This is the first of a number of videos I hope to make to tell you all how Angus Council spend your money. So, I'll start with the subject and the facts, and I want to tell you about Ingles Court in Edzell today. So, here are the facts. Number 1. Ingles Court was designed and built as sheltered housing and retirement housing. Number 2. It's a quality and fit for purpose building as sheltered housing. 3. It is made up of 24 one-bedroom flats, a 3-bedroom warden's house, a large communal lounge, dining room and kitchen, all set within landscape gardens. It's double glazed, energy efficient, it has a state-of-the-art lift, level entry, disabled showers and a full disability bathroom in each flat, along with community alarms, motion sensors, the list goes on. And all the flats at Ingles Court Bar 1 have a C rating for energy performance, with some of them only a few points off a B. Now that's a better energy rating than over 70% of the total housing in Angus. Over £700,000 of public money has been spent by Angus Council in the last 10 years to upgrade Ingles Court and make sure it's fit for purpose for many years to come. It is a fantastic asset for the community, and Angus Council are paid to safeguard and maintain this public asset. However, Angus Council are letting Ingles Court fall into disrepair, and as I speak are now demolishing Ingles Court. And all of this is happening despite, in our Working With You in Angus survey we carried out in autumn 2020, we achieved 208 responses, that's around 50% of the houses in the village, and the feeling was very, very strong. 94% felt they had not been consulted by the council, 82% wished to be consulted on the future of Ingles Court by Angus Council, 95% did not want to see Ingles Court demolished, 95% thought the demolition of Ingles Court was a waste of public money, and 99% thought Angus Council should fulfil their duty of providing best value for public money. And then, when the results of our survey were called into question by a councillor at a council meeting, some of the residents of Edzell felt so strongly they chose to do their own petition, which raised 766 signatures, the majority of Edzell residents, and all wanting to save Ingles Court. The elderly residents of Ingles Court were happy in Ingles Court, enjoying their final years there until Angus Council removed the warden service and moved them out over a period of 4 years. Angus Council had made the decision Ingles Court was to be demolished to make way for affordable housing. My feelings are of disbelief and disappointment, and I'm sure are shared with the vast majority of the residents of Edzell. How can this happen in the 21st century, in Edzell and in Angus? Where is the care and kindness the public would normally expect from our local council? Angus Council. Why would Angus Council waste public money in this way? So, you must ask, how are your elected members and the public misinformed and uninformed? Can I give you some examples? Angus Council officers tell us no one wants to stay in Ingles Court, yet it took them 4 years to empty the building, and they have to date failed to provide any evidence of their attempts to relet the flats, and have also failed to provide any evidence they've offered the building to the housing associations. Certainly the two major housing associations I've spoken to appear to have no knowledge of being offered Ingles Court by Angus Council. Angus Council officers also tell us the sheltered housing model no longer works in Edzell, yet it appears to work successfully for both Angus Council and housing associations in all other towns in Angus. Angus Council officers tell us the sheltered housing model also no longer works in Aberdeenshire, yet we've seen an email from Aberdeenshire Council confirming this is not the case, and Angus Council's appraisal is both incorrect and misleading. Angus Council officers tell us there are 246 people or families on the waiting list for affordable housing in Edzell. And then we find out the waiting list is not just for Edzell. It's a waiting list for Edzell and the rest of Angus, on which Edzell is one of the chosen preferences. Now, we don't know whether Edzell's first preference, second preference, third preference or whatever. But we do have Angus Council trying to use a long waiting list for housing as a justification to demolish housing at Ingles Court. That doesn't seem to make sense. Angus Council officers contradict themselves. They tell us no one wants to stay in Ingles Court in Edzell, yet they also tell us 246 people or families want to stay in Edzell once Ingles Court is demolished. Is that really the case? Angus Council officers tell us they will lose the Scottish Government funding, the grant funding for affordable housing in Edzell if Ingles Court is not demolished. Yet, we've seen a letter from the Scottish Government telling us the government funding is not yet allocated for affordable housing at Ingles Court. Angus Council officers provide us all with an options appraisal which includes a carbon assessment confirming that the demolition of Ingles Court is the best course of action. Yet, these Angus Council officers are not qualified to carry out a carbon audit. Angus Council officers tell us they cannot sell or let Ingles Court, yet they have not even tried. And Angus Council officers simply ignore the fact they have an offer for Ingles Court of £400,000, £87,500 above valuation. To be clear, this offer is my offer from my company Gold Homes Limited, which was made to show there was real value in Ingles Court, a real value that would be lost by its demolition. And this offer was made on the condition that Ingles Court be put on the market to achieve the highest price and best value for the public purse. Angus Council officers simply ignore the fact they are demolishing 25 houses to deliver 21, to deliver 4 less houses at a total cost of around £4 million to the public purse. Angus Council officers fail to tell us Ingles Court has an energy performance rating of C for most of the flats. Now, to let you understand, A is the best and G is the worst, so C is pretty good, and certainly better than 70% of all housing in Angus. Why would they choose not to tell us this? Angus Council officers make no mention of reduced wheelchair accessibility, replacing a state-of-the-art lift in Ingles Court which provided wheelchair access to all 24 flats, yet to be replaced with some houses that have external stairs. Angus Council officers failed to mention the proposed new development does not meet planning standards for vehicle parking or garden sizes. And they also failed to provide a structural survey for Ingles Court. But then why would they? This would simply confirm the building's in good condition. So, how else can officers conduct themselves? Well, I don't think you're going to believe this, but the officers have the power to, and choose to use the power to do lots that can obstruct democracy in Angus. When there is anything they do not want the public to see, they provide the report on green paper. It's classed as private and confidential. They can inform elected members with any information they choose. The public are not allowed to see that information, and the elected members are not allowed to tell us how they've been informed. So essentially, Angus Council officers can inform elected members any way they wish, safe in the knowledge the public will never find out. The officers can choose to exclude elected members from meetings if the elected members have a different opinion to the officers. In the case of Ingles Court, and most recently, Councillor Gavin Nicol had to leave meetings due to an apparent conflict of interest for voicing his opinion in public. He essentially is not allowed to attend the meetings on Ingles Court, as he's commented publicly that he does not think it should be demolished. So the officers essentially have prevented Gavin Nicol, an Edzell councillor, from supporting his constituents, the people of Edzell. They will say he has left these meetings voluntarily, but had he not, the meeting would have been stopped. The officers can choose to prevent elected members from speaking or voting if they know anyone who questions the actions of Angus Council. And again, most recently, in my case, Councillor Macmillan Douglas could not consider Ingles Court as he knew me, yet in reality we have not spoken for over a year. The officers can restrict elected members to one question, as they did on Ingles Court, regardless of how many questions the councillors' elected members wanted to ask. The officers can encourage elected members to prevent anyone making a deputation to elected members. And most recently, I was not allowed to speak. I was not allowed to present a deputation on Ingles Court, and I can only presume that officers did not want the elected members to hear me and for them to be fully informed. As a result, the decision to demolish Ingles Court was made by elected members who I believe were both misinformed and uninformed by their Angus Council officers. The officers allow the public to answer questions put to you by elected members, but they do not allow the public to correct the comments of the officers or the elected members. Most recently, again in my own case, this involved me being put on mute after the officers had commented on any deputation, and so ensure officers have the final word. And I am told, repeatedly told, officers that have threatened elected members with the Ethical Standards Commission if the elected members question the actions of the officers. The elected members are accused of interfering in operational matters. The officers have full access to elected members to manipulate and influence the elected members' opinions to achieve the decision the officers want. This is regardless of what the public want, whilst the public, in comparison, have very limited access to elected members without being accused of lobbying. And I'm told elected members have even been instructed by Angus Council Legal Department not to speak to me. Why would that be? Do they not want the elected members to be fully informed? The recent decision to demolish Ingles Court against the wishes of the people of Edzell is clear evidence of this. And so for all these actions, as with every action, there's a consequence. And the consequence of the actions of the officers of Angus Council are: 1. It appears acceptable in Angus to force old people out of their homes in Ingles Court. 2. It appears acceptable in Angus to ignore the opinion and the wishes of the people of Edzell. And 3. It appears acceptable in Angus to systematically neglect and demolish a building, Ingles Court, a perfectly good building. 4. It appears acceptable in Angus to misinform and uninform our elected members to get the results that officers want. And lastly, it appears acceptable in Angus to demolish Ingles Court, and all this time waste our public money to do so. And with all of this comes a conclusion, and my conclusion on behalf of working with you in Angus is very simple. 1. Democracy appears to be dead in Angus. 2. Angus Council officers appear to do as they wish. And 3. Elected members, unfortunately, appear to do as they're told. 4. A number of senior officers of Angus Council appear not only out of touch, but may also appear to be incompetent. 5. When all goes wrong, as it seems to do, the officers can always blame the elected members because they made the decision, and the elected members can always blame the officers as their decision was based on the officers' recommendations. And always the public pay for it. And so the show goes on, more bad decisions are made and more public money is wasted. And the public, left without a voice, lose trust, lose hope and lose faith in Angus Council, a council that appears to have let us all down. Now this is my opinion made on behalf of working with you in Angus. The Angus Council will not stop wasting our money, public money, until we tell them it's not good enough. I believe the demolition of Ingles Court is the tipping point. Enough is enough. It's time to stop wasting public money. Public money can only be provided by the public, so whether the money comes from Angus Council, the Scottish Government or even the UK Government, it does not matter. It's always the public who pay, and we don't want to be paying for incompetence. If we use Angus Council's own figures, they tell us they have a demolition cost of $766,000 for a building. They also have an offer to purchase of $400,000. If you put the two together, that's a saving of nearly $1.2 million. And the decision to demolish provides affordable housing plots with a value of only £205,000. That's the value being provided to Angus Council. So even the decision to demolish creates a loss of £900,000. What a waste of public money. In addition to this, the money allocated to rebuild the houses on Ingles Court could be used to build additional houses in addition to Ingles Court elsewhere in Angus. And on top of that, with Ingles Court, we also appear to have the human cost, where we are told Angus Council have forced people, old people, out of their homes, and what for? To provide some land for affordable housing. But Angus Council officers will not listen to me. In the same way, they will not listen to our elected members. That's the few who've had the courage to question them. And this is where I need your help. I need your opinion, as your opinion, more than anything else, counts. Angus Council have to listen to you. You're the people of Angus. And so the question I have for you, all of you in Edzell and in every other town in Angus, are Angus Council doing a good job, spending your money wisely and providing best value for money? Or are Angus Council doing a bad job, wasting public money and providing little or no value for money? Your opinion is so important. I need as many of you as possible throughout Angus to go to change.org or the Working With You in Angus Facebook page and find our petition. Make Angus Council listen to the public and stop wasting public money. If, like me, you don't have a computer, use a friend's computer or a phone, or possibly a friend can do it for you. But please use our petition to tell us what you think of Angus Council. You can also provide your own examples of Angus Council wasting public money in the reasons for signing section. Please don't be frightened. I know what it's like to be frightened of Angus Council. They have so much power and they can make life difficult for all of us, especially for myself in business, having dealings with them all the time. I refuse to be frightened of Angus Council anymore. You can comment anonymously if you wish. I can understand there are some of you, possibly council employees, who would not be comfortable freely providing your views. Please go to change.org on your computer or your phone and complete our petition on Ingles Court. Our only hope that Angus Council will listen and stop wasting public money are if enough people hold them to account. Your opinion is so important. Please complete the petition, provide your examples of Angus Council wasting money or not listening, so we can deliver your opinion to Angus Council, so we can deliver the opinion of the people of Angus on how Angus Council conduct themselves. And finally, this Sunday the 28th of November at 2 p.m, the people of Edzell are holding a demonstration at Ingles Court in Edzell to highlight their disappointment with Angus Council and the decision to demolish Ingles Court. This demonstration is open to anyone who wishes to attend, to show their support for the community of Edzell, and also to send a message to Angus Council that you're tired. You're tired of them wasting public money in this way. It's unacceptable and it's simply not good enough. We look forward to seeing you there. And our final word, please take care driving to Edzell. The main access from Brechin is currently closed for repairs to the Edzell Arch, but there are diversions in place and they're on country roads. So please drive with care to safeguard yourselves and for the safety of others. I thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I very much appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you at Ingles Court in Edzell at 2 p.m. on Sunday the 28th of November 2021. Thank you again for your time.